you guys read Michelle Obama's Becoming Memoir. And essentially what a memoir is, it's based on a memory, and it's a truthful account of a specific moment in a person's life. So it's not like an autobiography where the person is writing from the moment they're born all the way until they finish writing the book, or a biography, which is about another person, and usually a biography is written after that person has died. So you'll see that a biography is written from the moment that person was born all the way until they died. A memoir is more, it centers around one theme, and it's more about a memory that a person has, and how their life has impacted, how that one memory has impacted their entire life, right? How that one moment in their life has impacted how they grew up and how they became the person that they are. We read a memoir in the beginning of the year called Night, and it was about a boy who was living in a concentration camp with his father. I hope you guys remember that one. It was the first text that we read in the beginning of the year. And we read that text, and the entire memoir was about his life in the concentration camp and his relationship with his father. So memoirs, often what they do is that they're told in first person point of view. So they use the word I, we, me, because it's about your life, right? Or it's about the author's life. So you're not going to write in third person when it's about your own life. So you use the word I a lot, and each memoir has a very specific voice that is very specific to the author themselves, right? And typically memoirs will focus on the relationship between the writer and another person or set of people. So in the memoir that we read, Night, he's focusing on his relationship with his father. In Becoming, she's focusing on her relationship with her mother and how her mother influenced her to become the person that she is today, right? And it's a whole book, it's a giant book, but the book focuses on her relationship with her mother. All right, so how does Michelle Obama do it? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over standard 1.3, which is the development of ideas, right? How does an author develop their ideas to go from point A to point B to point C to point D, right? Every author writes a text a certain way. They don't just start at the end and then tell you the beginning in the middle and then tell you the middle at the end. Every author develops their text in a specific way, right? To analyze how an author unfolds or develops their ideas, you have to pay attention to the order in which her points are being made, right? And let's focus on Michelle Obama's memoir. We have to focus on the order in which she's giving us this information. How is she starting it out? And this is why the objective summary was really important last week. Some of you guys didn't answer that question. You answered all of them except that one. That's nice. But the objective summary is just what happens in what order. What does she say first? What does she say second? What does she say third? And what are the important details there? What is important that she's telling us? Then we have to focus on how those points are introduced and developed. How does she introduce these? Is she just telling us bland stories? Does she use dialogue? Is she using anecdotes? Remember that anecdotes are a short story about a person or an event that happened in your life, right? And memoirs use a lot of anecdotes. And then the connections that she draws among her ideas, right? So it's not just a story about your mom, a story about school, and a story about your brother, but it's how are those stories connected?